Good morning. Hope everybody is doing great and staying well and staying happy and staying calm as much as we can through this craziness. Hopefully some of you watched Amanda's workout previous to mine. Both of our workouts will be available for 24 hours, so you can watch later on in the day. If you did Amanda's, you want to do mine later, or vice versa, they will both be available for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning at 9:30, I will be doing bar Pilates, so hopefully some of you will join us from there. I can see the comments coming up. Hi, I'm actually going to switch the comments off. Let me see who's here. Hello, everyone. Nice to see everybody, everybody's comments. I am going to shut them off though, so you can still do the hearts, but I'm going to shut off the comments just so you can see me doing what I do. There we go. Turn off commenting. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to shut this off. There we go. Okay, so if you have, today will be mat Pilates, straight up mat Pilates. If you have a weight, any type of weight will do, just nothing heavier than 5 pounds. You can use that as well. I might incorporate the long band into it as well. So if you have the long band, you can grab that. If you don't have that long band, you can improvise or leave it out. I always try to give you modifications on with equipment, without equipment, also modifications for intensity and for to lessen the intensity. So let's start on our back. We don't need the weight right now. We're going to lie all the way down, rolling back, and we're going to bend those knees. Let's just lie here and take a few breaths. Relax the shoulders. You can even turn the palms up towards the ceiling to retract those shoulders down. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the pursed lips. So we're trying to breathe in our Pilates breath to connect that exhalation to our core contraction. So you inhale, filling the belly, the back and sides of the ribs up with air. We're trying to breathe through the back and sides of the ribs, not the belly like we do in yoga. And on the exhalation, we pull in. We pull that belly button down into the spine, contracting into our deep pelvic floor muscles. So right now you can see I'm rested in a neutral position, neutral spine. I have a natural curve in my spine. On an exhalation, I'm going to now take that exhale and core contraction, bring it all together with my imprint. So exhale, you press that lower back down onto the mat, curling your pubic bone up towards the nose. No space between the back and the mat here in your imprint. On the inhale, we release back to neutral. So just a few of these back and forth to get that right positioning, to connect to our core muscles, to get that breath established, to get that core engaged. Inhale back to center. Let's do 2 more. And then last breath here, you're going to hold that in. Stay in that position. Hands can either be beside the hips. Maybe you bring them underneath the head. And we're going to start warming up those abs. So crunch up, look towards the knees. Pull that belly in. Inhale, lower it all the way down. Crunch up. Inhale, lower it down. Lift. So we want to keep that breath. Every time you exhale, I want you to feel like you're contracting your core a little bit tighter. Inhale, open it up. Look towards the knees, and if you're supporting the head in that, keep those elbows nice and wide. So you're not pulling on the neck like this. Wide. We want to keep that chin neutral position. Fist distance away from the collarbone. Send that breath down into the core. Lift, hold for that Inhale, open it out. We're going to do a few more. Two more. Crunch up for two. Last one, we're going to hold this position up. Hold it here. And then if you want to add more, you're going to reach one arm or both arms up beside the ear without letting the head drop. This is going to add that weight to the upper body, make those upper abs work a little bit harder. Lifting up here, don't let that head drop. If you have your weights or weight and you want to make it harder, you add the weight. Just make sure that that head doesn't drop as you reach up. Three more. Make sure you're still in your imprint. Two. Last one here. Crunch it for 10. Crunch. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, lower down. Float the right leg up to tabletop. We're just going to slow crunch. Lift. And inhale it down. Crunch. Elbows wide. Lift. Keep that back nice and flat. One more. We're going to stay lifted on the next one. Now you can choose to just hold here. You can extend the arm like we did before with or without the weight. If you want even more, arm and leg go out without losing your imprint, without dropping your head. Challenging our upper abdominals and our lower abdominals in this position. Up and in. Nothing should change about the up flexion. Fire your lower abdominals to hold the weight and length of your leg. Two more. We're going to add those pulses. Last one. Crunch it up. 10. Lift. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Head down, toe down. Float the other leg up. Crunch and lift. Let's lower on the inhale down. Follow that belly down into your spine. Use your breath. Every time you use that exhale, you should contract your abs a little deeper in. Let's stay lifted here, and then do what you did on the other side. Maybe it's just the arm, maybe it's just the leg, maybe it's both. If you can hold your head lifted in this position, one arm, you can even do both arms. The weight will make it harder. The further back you bring that arm towards the ear will also make it a little bit harder. More weight for that upper back. Last one, pulse it here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rest the head, keep that leg lifted. Float the other leg up. Tabletop. We're going to crunch it up. If, for whatever reason, when you bring your legs up, you find that you can't maintain that imprint, or your back starts to hurt a little bit, I would suggest keep bringing the legs back down. You can follow along the same way with that head, or with the legs down on the mat, and just do the same thing. You have to be very careful and very important that you hold that imprint position. Don't let that space come between your lower back and the mat. It's going to keep that back supported, help to engage those deep pelvic floor muscles a little deeper as we do this. 3 more, we're going to add those arms again. Let's do one more. Stay lifted here. And again, Again, maybe you add the arms. Maybe you just hold. This might be enough just holding the position up here. The arms will definitely add more. Last two. And pulse it, crunch, lift. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's lower the head down. Let's relax those legs. Tuck the shoulders under. Bring it up into a nice yoga bridge. So all the way up here. So when we do yoga bridge, we want to get that nice extension, that nice arching in the back here. To release the core, as we've been flexing the core muscles, we want to stretch them out into that extension. Helps to release the hip flexors in here also. And then slowly, when you come down, articulate that spine. Curl, upper back, mid back, lower back, and come right back down to that neutral. Neutral is where we have that natural curve in our spine, the hip bones, the pubic bone, parallel, level down to the mat. So let's go back into our imprint this time. We're going to keep the head down and relax those shoulders for now, wherever you're comfortable. So I always lie with my hands like this. I'm just more comfortable this way. So if you're comfortable like that, do it. If you're not, you can have your hands beside your hips, wherever it works for you. Find that imprint. You're going to bring your legs up, and we're going to cross them. So you can see I have it like in a little diamond shape here. And we're going to do rollovers. So I don't want you, if your hands are beside your hips, bring them either above or under like I had them. Because what happens when we do this is we end up using the arms and we lift like this. We don't need to go that high. I was just exaggerating a little bit to show you. But you don't want to use your hands for that leverage. I want you to take your hands out of the equation, cross those legs, and then using just your core muscles without jumping or using momentum, slow little lift of that tailbone, lower down nice and slow. So you're coming up to just lifting that tailbone no higher than the mid-back. So you don't want to even come up higher than that. I would say mid-back is probably the most you need to go. And you want to go nice and smooth here. Little slow lift, just as slow on the way down, which is always harder because we're working against gravity, right? So you'll notice if you're using momentum, what I mean by momentum is this, you won't be able to come down slow. It's impossible because you've used momentum to come up. Your hips are going to crash down. If you use control, lifting slow, lowering slow, I feel like there's almost more work on the way down because I have to resist gravity as I come down. My abs have to work a little harder to control that movement all the way down. So from that imprint, you lift and slowly lower. Also notice if this is happening. As you lift up, try to keep the upper body completely relaxed. Nice and slow, lower it down. Move nice and slow. So you can stay here with the head down and just continue doing your rollovers like this. If you want to add intensity, what we're going to do, lift up into a crunch position, and as the legs lift, the head, little crunch. So you're not going to come up very high because you're already in a crunch position, but it's that intention of lifting the shoulders a little bit higher while you lift the tailbone. So we're crunching both ends of the body at the same time. Almost imagine like you're trying to get your head through your knees. And if you can stay lifted the whole time, don't drop that head when you come back down. If you're doing this correctly, you should feel a lot of abs. My abs are on fire right now. down, bring the soles of the feet together, turn the palms up towards the ceiling, and rest. Stretch out. Rolling up. So Pilates roll-ups. Spine stretch forward. If you come all the way up without using that momentum, lower yourself down. Try to get the lower back to be the first thing to touch down onto the mat. Rolling down nice and slow. Inhale, stretch it up. Don't let that rib cage pop out. Keep it connected. Rolling up. Slow. So you might get to a point in your roll-up that it's a dead end and you can't get up any further. That's okay. You stay there. You hold. You can also try using your weights. The weights will give you a little bit of an extra pull to come up. So that might be the little training wheel that you need to come all the way up. Just keep your shoulders relaxed, especially on the way down. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Let's do one more. Stretch it forward. Stay lifted. Stay in your left here. So we're going to do a few half rollbacks. So half rollbacks, this is exactly what it sounds like. We're rolling halfway back. The key to this one is to make sure you do this properly because you don't want to feel it in your back. So it's the same exact movement of our pelvis when we go into our imprint. So you can see I'm tilting my pubic bone towards my nose and pressing my lower back down on the mat. But it's this movement. That pelvis is curling up towards my nose. It's a little bit harder to get that movement when you're sitting up, just because you can't tactily feel something underneath your spine, know if you're doing it. But an easier way to do it is to bend your knees because you have more flexion in your spine, more of a curl when your knees are bent. So if at all that you feel like you can't get into that little curl, you try bending your knees. The range of motion that you go down doesn't need to be very far. You don't need to be as low as me. You might be lower than me. You have to find your sweet spot, where it is. When you find it, you will know it. You're going to feel a lot of abs. You should not feel any of your back. So straight legs or bent. Bring your hands out. Start at a nice tall sit. On your exhalation, you're going to scoop under. Come back to the point where you feel your abs, and then roll halfway up. Halfway down. Halfway up. If your feet start to lift, you're going down too far. Feet should not be lifting. If your back starts to hurt or strain, not in the right position. If you're fine for like 5 or 10 of these and then your back starts to hurt, that means that you got tired. You were in the right position and you just needed a break. If your back hurts from the beginning, then you're just not in the right position. You need to reset. Down halfway, up halfway. Five more slow. Halfway up. 4. You can stop at any point when you're tired. And I would suggest that. Never go to fatigue here because it's going to go into your back. You're going to feel it in the wrong areas. You should feel your abs. Stretch forward in a nice forward fold. Straight legs, flat back as far as you can, just to release. We're going to go back into that half roll back position. We're going to cut that move in half. So we're going to make it a tiny little pulse now. So scoop it under. And now we come up an inch, down an inch. Nice and small. Up an inch, down an inch. Breathe. 10 of these. Try to follow my tempo. I'm going nice and slow. 5. 8, 9, and 10. Bring it forward. Stretch it through. Another set of those little crunches. If you want to make it a little bit harder, bring your arms a little higher up. Up an inch, down an inch, lift, and down. 6, 7, 8, nice and small, 9, and 10. Bring it all the way up, stretch it forward. If you found that sweet spot, you should feel it a lot in your upper mid-abdominal muscles. Let's do one more set. Again, optional to maybe bring those arms even higher if you want. Scoop it, reach, and down. Lift. 3, small. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll all the way down. And bend those knees. Weight is optional, and you could actually use anything as a prop here. So it doesn't have to be the weight. It can be like just a non-weighted ball or a non-weighted object, whatever you can find. So go into your Pilates imprint. Press that lower back down, contract those abs in. We're going to float those legs up to tabletop. You can use both hands like this, holding the weight, or one hand behind the head. That's what I usually do in my neck. Bothers me a little bit. So I have one hand under my head, one hand with the weight. But if you don't have any weights or you want to support with both hands, you can also do that. We're going to crunch up, widen the knees, pull through, close and bend. Crunch. Bend it back. Open those legs in a V, pull forward, inhale, lower it down. Crunch, pull through, bend it back. So if you're like me and you're using one hand with the weight, I would suggest switching hands kind of halfway through, just because this arm is going to get some work with that weight. You want to even it out. Don't bring the legs too wide. Always making sure that you can maintain your imprint. We're going to start with a pulse. So sets of 3. 1, 2, 3, bend and lower. Crunch. 1, 2, 3, bend and release. Crunch. Bend it back. Open. 1, 2, 3, bend it back. Let's add 1, 2, 3. When you lower, lift that tailbone just like we did before. Optional. 2, 3, bend, lift the hips. Crunch. And up. One more variation if you want to make it even harder. Crunch. 2, 3. Don't lower down. Lift. Crunch higher. 2, 3. And roll over. 1, 2, 3. Lift. And up. Crunch. Up. 2, 3. Make sure you're breathing. Two more. 1, 2, 3. Lift it up. And last 1, 2, 3. Up. Let's lower all the way down. Relax those legs carefully. Open the knees. Stretch out those hip flexors. Take a few breaths here, just resting in between. And then bring the feet flat on the mat. So again, weight is optional. We're going to use the arm as a prop either way. So the weight will just make it a little bit more intense. If you have neck sensitivity, you leave the extended arm out and you just have both hands behind your head to support. Otherwise, take that into your imprint. Press that lower back down. Let's bring the right leg up to tabletop. Peel the shoulders up. The left arm reaches behind, with or without the weight. The right leg extends out. So you should already feel lots of upper abs here, lots of lower abs. Make sure the back is flat. You're going to twist to the right. Twist, extend, reach, don't drop the head. Twist, and out. Twist, 2 breaths. Reach, in, reach, one more. We're going to go to a straight leg now. So a straight leg. 90 degrees, reach to the outside edge. 45 as you come back. 90, reach to the outside edge. Don't drop your head as you reach that arm back. 8 of these also. Keep that head lifted. Don't make your leg too big. Stay lifted here. Up, up, lift. Little crunches, twist. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's bend that knee, lower down. Stay in your ankle. We're going to go right to the other side. So peel up first. Reach the right arm, reach the left leg. Stretch it here. Left hand behind the head. Reach to the outside edge. Reach and stretch. Come up. 2 breaths. 8 of these. Twist, point through that toe. 2, stretch it up. 1, stretch straight arm, straight leg. Reach, bring it back, don't drop the head. Reach and stretch. 90 degrees. 45 at the most. Stay in that imprint. 2 more. Last one, we're going to add that pulse. Coming up, reach. Pulse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend it all the way down. Tuck the shoulders under. Stretch up in a bridge. Slow on that lower. Down 1 vertebrae at a time. Extend your arms and legs out. Take a nice stretch. And then roll up. Slowly bring it forward. Stretch. So again, weight is optional on this next little series. So since we started to introduce the obliques into the mix, let's stay on the obliques. So let's do the left leg out first. So you would be mirroring me, I think, if you're watching like this. So the left leg is extended out. You're onto that right knee. If you have sensitivity in your knee, just like fold up your mat or put a little towel or something underneath your knee. If you are using the weight is going to be in the left hand. Left leg extended, left hand. Bring your hands to your temples. Zip your core up. Keep everything nice and tight here. You're going to lean away from that leg and exhale, lift back up. So we're trying to work that top oblique muscle. Down and exhale, nice and slow. Send the breath into that top oblique. If you have the weight just weighs down that upper body, so it makes it a little bit harder. Down and exhale. Move slowly. Look directly forward, so don't look down when you're doing this, because we want the shoulders and the head stacked right over the hips. Down, exhale, lift. If you keep your deep pelvic floor muscles, your core muscles, those internal muscles nice and tight here, you will actually feel both obliques working. So that bottom oblique and that top oblique have to work together. You might feel a little bit more in the top because we're pushing against weight, but the exhale happens on the way up. Down, slow, exhale, lift. We got a few more like this. I'm going to add a little twist. So if you're holding the weight, depending on how heavy it is, it might get too heavy. You might need to release it, and that's fine. You can still do this without that weight. I'm going to add a twist. So we go down to the right, up to the left, twist to the left, bring it back. Down, up, twist, rotate that torso. Down, lift, rotate, bring it back. Come, down, exhale, twist, center, down, exhale, twist, working into that waistline. Down and up. Two more, down and lift. Exhale, twist, bring it back. One more, up, twist, bring it back. Bring the weight down. Just stretch it here. Stretching out the oblique. And then we're going to take this into the glute. So you're going to keep your hand down. Keep that left hand, or that right hand rather, down. And try to have it in line with your knee. You're going to lean onto that. You're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. 10 of these. Keep your core tight, your pelvis pushed forward. Breathe. Lift. Lift. Two more. We're going to add a little pulse. Little pulses up. 10. Lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to stay lifted with that leg. Little circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pull into the chest. Kick. 10 of these. Kick. In. Kick. In. And kick. Keep that core nice and tight. Try to make sure your bum isn't going back. Keep your chest open. I think this is 10. One more exercise. Kick forward and back. Don't let your body move though. 10 of these. Keep that leg as high as you can. This is 4. And open. 7, kick, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it all the way back. Take a child's pose here. You should feel that. So you'll probably notice, stay here and rest for another few breaths, you'll probably notice that you're going to feel both glute cheeks. So your supportive glute cheek has to work as you're supporting your whole weight of your body, and then the working leg. So this time when we go to this side, you might feel like it's harder. It's a little bit more fatigued because it is. We've already worked both legs essentially. So if you're dominant right, we're doing the right leg, so in some cases this might be your stronger leg. Let's reset. So now that right leg is going to go out. Left knee underneath the hip. If you're using the weight, if you use it on the other side, it's coming in the right hand this time. Fingertips to temples. Stack those shoulders. Zip your core up. Come down. Exhale. Lift. Come down. Nice and slow. Up. So really try to focus in on those oblique muscles. Down slow. Up, slow. Down. Look straight forward. Down and slow, crunch it up. Down, slow, crunch. Down. Few more like this and we're going to add that twist. Make sure you're not going too fast with your movements here. Too fast in your movements in Pilates in general. We go nice and slow and controlled. That's why the movements look easy, because they're so slow and choreographed and almost ballet or dancer-like. But if you are doing it correctly, it should feel far from easy. So now up, twist, center. Down, up, twist, bring it back. Down, lift. Down and up, twist. Adding that twist is going to work that top oblique a little deeper. Down and up, exhale, twist, bring it back. We got a few more like this. Up, twist, bring it back. Last two. Down. Drop that weight. Stretch it out. You should feel a nice release here when you go into that nice side bend. To release. And again, make sure that left hand is in line with your right knee. You can have your hand wherever you feel comfortable here. Lift, down. Lift, down. Push your pelvis forward. Don't let your bum start sinking back like that. Core nice and tight. 7, 8. Pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stay lifted. Circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your core should be your anchor here. Turn directions. 2, 3, 4. Circle. 6, 7, and 8. Flex the foot into the chest. Kick to the side. Into the chest. Kick for 10. This is 5. Kick it up. 4, 3, 2. Hardest one for last. Last one, soccer. Kicks forward. Point that toe. Kick. Bring it back. Try to keep the body still. And back. For 3. Back. 6, 7. That leg should be burning. 8, 9, and 10. Bring it into that child's pose. Widen the knees. Stretch forward. Releasing those glutes. You can stay still. You can wiggle around just to release those muscles. Come all the way up. Let's flip around. And lie on our backs. We're going to bring our hands behind the head. We're going to stay with those oblique muscles. Let's work them a little bit deeper here. Back into your imprint. Lifting the legs up. Tabletop. To modify this, just keep your legs down on the mat or keep your legs in tabletop. Full exercise, we're going to do twisting, opposite shoulder to opposite knee. We're going to twist. No stopping in the center as you do your oblique twist. Make sure you're in your imprint. Keeping those elbows wide. the transition smooth from side to side. We're going to do a few more singles here. Then we're going to add in a pulse. 4 and twist. 3, just the opposite shoulder blade lifting up. 2, 1, we stay here and you pulse. Lift. 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 10, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it back. Lower it down. Rest. Just let those knees open up. And if that was enough for you, that variation of our oblique twist, you can do another round of those. If you used any of the modifications will be exactly the same for this one. If you want to make it a little bit more intense, then you're going to take the legs into a straight leg position. Be careful here when you have your legs straight. It's always harder doing any exercises with your legs straight because our lever is longer, it's heavier, it's harder, it's more weight for the core to hold. So if you find that your back starts to lift or you can't maintain your imprint or you feel your back working, then you keep your knees bent. Go into that imprint. Lift the legs up. If you can, get them as straight as you can. Don't worry if they're not completely straight. Heel up in the center. And same idea with the twist. Opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Making sure you're not losing the imprint. We're not stopping in the center. Twist it, twist it. 45 degrees at the most with those legs. Don't go any bigger. No need to make those legs huge. The only thing that's going to happen there is you're going to strain into the back. We want to keep it in the core. So small is better. Less is more. Twist and twist and twist. If you're supporting the head, spread those fingers nice and wide. We're going to add a pulse here. Stay on one side. Pulse. Lift. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Switch sides. Pulse. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring the knees in. Let's use a little momentum. Try to roll up into a teaser or into an Navasana pose in yoga. You can hold on. You can release. Hold here with your core. Hold. Hold. You want to add more? Extend. Bring it in. Extend. And in. One more on each side. Up and in. Up and in. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Stretch it out. And then let's come on to our side. So since we've been working those obliques, let's work them a little bit more. So, little oblique twist here. We're only going to do 8 of these, and you'll realize once we get into the exercise, 8 is more than enough. Full exercise, you could go in a elbow plank on your side. So when you get into your elbow plank, make sure that your elbow is directly under your shoulder. Don't let it come out like this. You're going to hurt your shoulder like that. So try to stay aligned like that. Top leg in front. So when I come into a side plank like this, all the weight is going to be on this arm. If it's too much, you can bring the other hand down. Important here that I'm not just twisting my upper torso, I'm actually turning my feet also. So you're going from a side plank to your feet in a complete plank. So that's what makes this hard. It's kind of like a one-arm plank. So we're going to do 8 of these. You can also have your knee down. and curl under like this. That might be easier, especially if you have any shoulder issues or you find that it's too much. Otherwise, we're going to go in that full side plank to a full one-arm plank, threading that needle underneath. Lots of work for the shoulder, lots of work for the oblique. So here we go. Top leg in front. Bring that arm up. If you want, you can use your weight also. I don't have mine close by, but you can use your weight. You're going to curl under. Bring it back up. Curl. Turn your feet so you're in a full plank. Thread that needle underneath. Reach it up. Come down. Bums down. Lift. This is halfway there. Nice and slow. 5. Lift. Turn those feet. 2 more. Lower down. Should feel lots in your arm, lots in your bottom oblique. Flip over. Other side. And let's do the same thing. Elbow underneath the shoulder. Use your variations, your modifications if you need to. You can do it like that with the hand down also. And here we go. 8. Turn those feet down. Bring it back up. 3. Reach back up. Lift. 2 more. Gently lower it down. Beautiful. Let's come on to our backs. If you have weights and you wanted to use them for our Pilates 100s in the arms, as long as your neck is okay to hold up like this, you can use your weights, adding intensity for your arms. Pilates 100s. So you're going to find that imprint position. Tuck that tailbone under. Legs can stay down. You can pulse right here. A little bit harder. Legs can be up in tabletop. A little bit harder. Legs straight up. Little bit more, legs on a slight angle, only as low as you can keep that back completely flat. We're going to peel the shoulders up and start pumping those arms up and down beside the body. So the upper body does not move. It's just the arms. We're just holding this crunch, this up-flexion position. If you need to, you can support your head with one hand. Just maybe periodically switch, or you can even lower your head down. The head doesn't have to stay up the whole time. Pull that belly button into the spine. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed and stay with your breath. Zip those legs up. Keep going. Keep going. Contract. Pull it in a little deeper. Maybe come up a little higher. Make sure your back isn't lifting. 20 more reps. Keep pulsing up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can stagger your breath or keep it long. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend those knees. Let's lower it all the way down. Relax those legs. Lift it up. And all the way up and stretch. And slowly lower. Release it down. Come right back into your imprint. We're going to take it into a scissor. So we did the scissor legs with our oblique twist before, but we're going to do it just in the center this time. And I'll offer you 2 variations, or a few variations. So the movement of the legs is this. 1, 2. 1, 2. Again, 45 degrees is as can do it like this. You can do it like this. You can also add arms and arms with the weight. So if you're doing the arms, it can be one arm or both if you need to support. We're going to do up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2. So choose whichever variation is going to work for you. Make sure you zip that core up. You find your imprint before you bring your legs up. Float them up. Feel the shoulders. Lift the arm, and we're going to go scissor, scissor, reach, reach. Arms down, arms up. Don't let anything change. Arms down, down, small little pulses. Up and up. Down, down. Legs. Switching, up and up. Small little pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lift, lift, down, down, lift, lift, down, down, lift, lift. One more, we're going to add a crunch onto this. Up, up. Bring the arms down, keep the legs split, crunch it. Lift, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. Lift. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's bend both knees. We're going to relax the head down. We're going to release the legs. And tuck those shoulders under. Lift up to your nice, beautiful yoga bridge here. You might want to go deeper and bring, interlace the hands. Tuck the shoulders under. Maybe lift the heels. Maybe bring the hands underneath the lower back. Take some long, deep breaths here. And then slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. And maybe take a few little rocks back and forth. And then bring the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Open those knees out. Grab the outside edges of the shins or the ankles. You can reach the soles of the feet. Pull those knees down towards the mat in your happy baby. And maybe you stay still. Maybe you rock back and forth here. So help to release into those hips and glutes. Lower back. Inner thighs. All of that. Bring those knees into the chest again. Push the knees away from you, round your spine. Allow those knees to pull and separate the shoulder blades. And then roll yourself up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together into our Baddha Konasana to roll the hips out. Lift up, extend the left leg out, keep the right into the crease of the inner thigh. Inhale the arms up. Slowly fold over. You can reach for the ankle or the shins or the toes or the feet, wherever you can reach for. Come all the way up. Bring that left leg to the side, and we're going to stretch over. Did all of those obliques. Let's try to stretch out the oblique muscle. Doesn't matter where you grab, you can just have it here, wherever you like. And then inhale, bring it back. And we'll do the other side. So the left leg in, the right leg directly in front. First, bring the arms up, fold over, stretching through the hamstring and the lower back. important to do your stretches as well. Hopefully, a lot of people are working out maybe more that you're home now. We have all the time in the world. If you're not working, bring that right leg out to the side. And then we're going to lift up and over. So if you think of it this way, you can either come out of this whole thing better than you were before or worse. So it's up to you. You can use this time to sit around and eat and be lazy, or you can take the time to focus on yourself and your health and your family and all of that good stuff. So bring the legs in. Let's lift up. Lift those hips. Stretch out. And then roll up slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring it all the way back to that tall stand. Roll the shoulders back, around, and down. We are all done with our Pilates workout. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that's watching.